Okay, so till now, till the last session, we discussed about manual testing. What is manual testing? What are all the activities we will be doing in the manual testing? Those things we discussed till the last session. And this week we will be learning about quality center. We will be learning about quality center ALM. We will be talking about that quality center or ALM with this session. So we will be like right next 1 week, that means this complete week we will be talking about this quality center. So what I will do is this quality center, right, installation is having some issues. So what I'm trying to do is I will be explaining you that quality center with the screenshots, and then I will take one demo session how to work with your quality center. Okay, that is the plan. Okay, fine. So the very first thing is, right, now we will start with your quality center. Okay. Okay, fine. So what we will do is we will be learning about this quality center. See, first thing, quality center is nothing but it's a test management tool. The test management tool is nothing but whatever the activities you have done till now, like whatever the activities you have done in your testing, everything you can manage through your tool. That tool is nothing but your test management tool. So test management tool is nothing but this is the tool which is used to manage all your testing activities, including everything, including your test cases, including your test case execution, including defects, everything you can use this tools to manage all your testing activities. This test management tool, at least one tool is mandatory for everyone. That means right here, let me tell you one thing here. First, I told you test management tool is nothing but it is used to manage all the testing activities. Like all the testing activities. What do you mean by testing activities? What kind of testing activities you will do as part of your job? You will be doing your requirements, you will be doing your test cases, you will be doing your test case execution, you will be doing your requirement traceabilities, that is nothing but your RTM, you will be talking about your defects. So all these testing activities you can manage in a tool itself. So you can ask me what is the advantage of this tool. So here, see, when you're talking about your tools, right, you will be having each and everything is tracked. That means if you're doing some changes, automatically that will be tracked saying that Anu did so and so changes. So each and everything will be tracked. That's the advantage of your tools. So what we will do is we will be talking about this test management tool for this complete week. And again, right, anyone heard about your different test management tools? Anyway, we are learning Quality Center because it's a industry leading tool, and also the latest version of Quality Center is called as ALM. Anyone heard about this? Application Lifecycle Management, or anyone heard about any other test management tools? Okay.
Yes, I worked on it in the last project.
Oh, okay, that's great. So do you have access to your Quality Center by any chance? No. Huh? Okay.
Oh, no, Krishna.
Okay, fine. I will.
Client side.
Yeah, fine. I will work on that, Pawnee. Like I will work on that anyway. I need to discuss about this particular quality center. What is this quality center? How it will work, and I will show you one demo as well. And here also, when I'm talking theoretically, means not just talking. I will show you the screen how it looks once you go to the tool, and then I will talk about that each and every concept how you can work with that tool. So please give your attention, because right, one management tool is mandatory nowadays. So this is one of the tool which is an industry leading tool like Quality Center, and the latest version is called your ALM, which is nothing but your application lifecycle management, and the latest version of your Quality Center is 12. 12 is the latest version. QC 12 is the latest version. Okay, fine. Now anyone knows that other tool, because right, when I say that quality center is a test management tool, that doesn't mean that you will always work with that tool. There are so many other test management tools also. And one more point here I wanted to tell you, if you understand one test management tool, if you understand the concepts of your one test management tool, working with any other tool is very easy. Yes, tell me please. Fine. So as I said, right, if you know how to work with one test management tool, working with any other tool will be same, almost same, and you will not face any difficulties. And let me tell you, like a couple of tools, couple of leading industry leading test management tools. Anyone heard about Jira? Jira is one of the like right leading tool nowadays. Even right, people are going.
Jira, but
Yes, Jira is one of the test management tool. So here we are talking about your test management tool. Test management tool means, right, you can manage all the activities, including your test case creation, including your test case execution, including your defects, everything you can track. Whatever we learned till the last session, right, all the things, instead of maintaining in the Excel, I wanted to maintain in the tool. Okay. Now you are having different tools. Jira is there. Jira is also one of the popular test management tool nowadays. So if people are using agile model for their application development, most of the times they will prefer to go with Jira nowadays. Okay, fine. And then
Bugzilla.
Bugzilla is not a test management tool.
Bug
Bugzilla is a bug tracking tool. See, try to understand the difference between your bug tracking tool and test management tool. When I say that test management tool will have the complete testing activities as part of your test management tool, including your bug tracking, because bug tracking also one of the testing activities, like test case creation, test case execution, bug tracking, reports, all are part of your test management tool. Whereas when you say that bug tracking tool means it is used to track only defects. That is the difference. And you have quality center.
Microsoft Test Manager.
Yes, that's what I am trying to write. See here, right, one more thing is one more tool called your Microsoft Test Manager. This is also one of the test management tool. And as I said, if you understand one tool, I no need to learn that other tool separately. If you are comfortable, what is this tool all about, and then how to work with one tool, working with any other tool, because here nothing, just right, you are trying to understand what are all the testing activities we can use with that particular test management tool. One more tool called your Microsoft Test Manager. So this is from your Microsoft, and this is also called your test management tool, and you can manage all your testing activities by using this tool. You can also use this, and even
At least we will learn. You show the demo for this.
sorry.
Can we get the demo for this one later?
Yeah.
Can we get the demo for this later?
Yeah, that's what my plan is, right? What I will is, right, first I will talk about the theoretically what is this test management tool, what are all the modules, and then how to work. And then what I will is I will take the tool, and then I will show you, I will practically show you how to create the test cases, how to execute the test cases, how to track the defects, everything I will show you that. Okay.
In the Microsoft Test Manager?
No, not Microsoft Test Manager, Quality Center.
Oh, okay.
See, here,
okay,
right,
because QC a little bit I know about QC, but I didn't know any idea about Microsoft Test Manager. Maybe later, at least demo you can show to us, maybe.
The thing is, right, I'm okay to show the demo for any tool here, but the problem is installation will be a big challenge for us. Right, here if you have your application in your machine, then I can explain you any tool, but here we are not the admin people, right, we are the technical people, so installation will be a little challenge, and Microsoft Test Manager, right, installation is required. So once it is installed, then we can easily explain. Do one thing, otherwise why can't you try to download today Microsoft Test Manager, because we are having time, right? So by the time try to install it. If it is installed, I will take one more session and I will explain this tool also, so that you can add in your resume. Is it fine? Give it a try.
Okay, I will
Yeah.
try.
Yeah, just
Thank
give it a try. Give it a try, and if we are unable to, like say for example, just imagine that you are unable to download it. Then what you can do is just see that is there any website where you can find that what do you call screenshots. I can explain you with the screenshots also. Okay, but I will make sure that end of the day you will be comfortable with your test management tool. That is the idea. Fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, next thing is, right, see here why people are going with the test management tools is because it is an organized framework for all the testing applications. That means this quality center is not for the single application. If you are working with one organization may have n number of projects. When they are having n number of projects, right, no need to maintain that separately. If you are having your test management tool, what you can do is you can take all the projects and you can put all the projects in the test management tool, so that you can manage all the projects in a centralized location, in a single location. And also one more advantage here is, even though I'm having like n number of applications, right, as an admin, I will not give access to everyone. That means, right, here we are having Pawan is there, Raji is there, Ranjit is there, Satish is there, and then Anu is there. So here what we will do is, now in my organization I'm having like 3 projects, and what I will do is project 1 will be working with project 1 is working Anu and Nambit, and then project 2 is Pavani and Raji, and then project 3 is Ranjit and Satish. So as an admin, that is not our job. Okay, as an admin, what I can do is I can give the access only that particular project. That means when Anu is trying to log into your test management tool, she can see only project 1. She cannot see any other projects. Okay, I will talk about that in detail going forward. Just try to understand here. So here what I am telling is, Quality Center is an organized framework for all testing application in the organization. If I'm having 100 applications in my organization, in my company, all the applications, all the projects you can maintain in a single location called your Quality Center. Quality Center. See, just imagine that if you're having 100 projects and maintaining everything in the Excel, it's a mess up, right? It's a complete mess up. It is not at all possible. And we don't know what is happening or what going wrong, and then what is going correct. You cannot understand if you are using a simple Excel. And one more thing is, this Quality Center is a web-based application. That means once you join the organization, now if you join any organization as a QA team member, what they will do is they will give some URL. See, you remember like while doing your installation, I gave you one of the URL. And what you can do is you can try to open your Quality Center by using that URL. So if you go to any organization, okay, then what I will do is as a lead, I will give that URL. Now what you can do is you can access your Quality Center by using that URL. That's why I said that Quality Center is a web-based application. It's a web-based application. Now what you can just access that URL so that your Quality Center will open. And here, as I said, like it's a kind of project database. That means if you are working with any organization, if you are having like n number of projects, you can maintain all the projects in a single location called your Quality Center. Okay. And one more thing, guys, right? If I'm missing anything, and then if you're not able to understand any point, stop me and ask me what is that, so that right I will try to explain one more time. Okay, this is my just what is Quality Center. Now,
so do you have any password? Do you have password or username for that URL?
Yes, that also I will show you, right? I will show you that screens also. That means now once you go to the organization, just I am giving the introduction. Once I am done with the introduction, what I will do is, what will happen? Once I will get you, once you will get your URL, after opening that URL, what kind of screen will come? That also I will clearly show you. This is the screen you will get.
No, I'm asking about other day you gave one URL for us, isn't it?
Yes,
some QC thing.
That's what I'm telling you.
For that I'm asking. For that you have a username and password?
Yeah, you let me complete, okay? So once you
Okay.
are opening that URL, you will get a screen. In that screen, what will happen is you will be having so many options. And in that option, what you can do is first option called Quality Center. Once you select that Quality Center, then you will get a login page. In that login page, you need to enter your username and password, whatever given by your lead. Okay. Okay. You tried with that URL that day I gave you, right? You tried with that.
That's why I'm asking. We try to connect through remote, so we need username and password for
No,
that.
there is no username and password. Just click on OK. There is no password required. It's a sample, what do you call, sample application, right? No password is required. Just click on OK. If it is opening, just click on
No,
OK.
we
It
can
will go.
try to. No, it's not working.
Oh, okay. Fine. Anyway, I will check that. I will check that. Even I need to try to install virtual machine, and then I will install Quality Center. Let's see. Okay. And one more thing, right? When you talk about any test management tools, the main thing is the email system will be integrated. That means if you are doing any changes, automatically a mail will be generated to the entire team. That means now in my team, so many team members are there. And then whenever any team member is doing the changes, the mail, auto mail will be generated to the entire team saying that so and so person did so and so changes. It is a auto mail will go. It's a mail configuration. Mail configuration will be available in your test management tools. This is applicable for all the modules, like this is applicable for your test cases, test case execution, defects, everywhere. In your entire tool, if you are doing some changes, automatically a mail will go to the particular team. Fine. And one more thing is, here what you can is this quality center, you can also integrate with your QTP and your load runner. These are all your automation testing tools which you can use for your automation testing. And this QTP load runner also coming from your HP only. So what you can do is you can integrate. That means you can directly launch your QTP from the quality center itself. That means no need to go to QTP and then open that manually and all, not required. Everything you can do from your quality center itself, because you can do your integration. You can do your integration between your other tools. Okay. Fine. Why quality center? Right? Why my quality center? So here, when I say that quality center, this is right one-stop shop for all my testing activities. Whatever the testing activities I am doing, for all the testing activities I can maintain in my quality center tool. Everything I can maintain here. It's a one-stop shop for all my testing related tasks. All the tasks you can maintain in your quality center right from beginning. Like you can test case creation, execution. I will show you how to write the test cases, how to execute the test cases. Once the test case is failing, how to log a defect, how to track your test cases and your requirements. I will talk about that in detail. And one more thing is here what you can do is right, for each and every phase, you can analyze that. You can analyze that what is happening and you can manage all the activities. Meaning now I'm having like test cases. And I wanted to check that, I wanted to analyze these test cases are covered with my requirements. You can do that. And I wanted to manage, or I wanted to track my test cases with my defects. Yes, you can do that. Each and everything you can do here. All the testing activities you can do here. What I will do is during the demo what I will do is I will take one project. We will be creating one project in your quality center. Once you join the organization, how your project looks like, and then we will learn that how to create the test cases, how to execute the test cases, and how to track the defects. Whatever we will do in the real time, same thing we will do. Okay, fine. Now And one more thing is, right, when you say that test management process, see, this is not related to your QTP, this is in general. So Anu, right, you are talking about like, right, Microsoft test manager, right? So even if you go to your Microsoft test manager also, the process will be same. If you go to any test management tool, the process will be like this. So in the test management tools, the process will be specify your requirements, make sure that all the requirements are available in your test management tool. Earlier, when you want to write the test cases, you will be getting your documents. But here, we are tracking each and every requirement in your tool itself. And then what you will do is you will be creating the test cases. Earlier I used to write the test cases in my Excel, but here I will write the test cases in the tool itself. But in the real time, what will happen is, real time, most of the times I'm telling you, most of the times we will write the test cases in the Excel and then we will export the test cases to your quality center. Most of the times, right? The reason is, this is a web application. Web application means, right, sometimes the network will be down, and sometimes because of your network failure, it will not save our test cases properly. So usually what we will do is, we will write the test cases in an Excel document. Once we are done with that, all the test cases, I will export all the test cases at a time to my tool. I will show you how to export your test cases to your tool. That is the process in the real time. And then once we are done with your test cases, then execute the test cases. That means, right, instead of executing with your Excel, what I will do is I will be executing directly with the help of my tool. With the help of my tool, I will do that. Execute the test cases. Then whenever, while executing my test cases, if I find any failed test cases, if I'm finding any failed test cases, immediately track it effect. Now if you observe here, right, some time back, right, one of you saying that Bugzilla. Bugzilla is nothing but bug tracking tool, and this is your test management process. In the test management process, bug tracking is part of your test management process. That is your test management process. And as part of your all these modules, these are all the 4 modules available for any test management tool, whether it can be Jira, whether it can be your Microsoft Test Manager, or whether it can be Oracle Suite, or whether it can be XYZ. Any test management tool, the modules are requirements, test cases, execute the test cases, and you are tracking the defect. This is the modules. If you go to any test management tool, these are all the modules available. And then what you can do is, in each and every phase, you can analyze that how many requirements you plan, how many requirements you are executing, how many requirements are failed, how many requirements are passed. In each and every phase you can do this analysis. And also, why these tools, right, why the people are preferring the tools? Because of this reason. Because of this reason, people are preferring this test management tool. The reason is, right, now these tools, what it will do is, it will create your graphs. It will create your graphs automatically. And if I'm a lead of this project, and if I want to share my metrics to my manager, then what I can do is I can simply pull the reports from these tools. It is easy for me. Yeah, and also you will get that accurate reports. You will get the accurate reports, as well as and also you can save a lot of time. So that is that is one more very good advantage of your tools, is nothing but reports or graphs generation. Okay, fine. Okay. Now, fine. So this is what your quality center is nothing but your test management tool. It is nothing but our test management tool. Okay, and your history of your quality center, right? Currently it is called as your ALM, and the latest version of your ALM is nothing but 12.0, which is called application lifecycle management. Okay, so this is what we discussed. And then, so actually, right, one more thing, right, on that weekend, over the weekend, we tried to install our ALM. You remember, ALM required 8 GB RAM. That is the main requirement, and if you don't have 8 GB RAM, then it will not install, right? So for ALM installation is a little difficult. So what we will is, we will try to install that lower versions if possible, and then I will give the demo with that particular versions. Fine. So this is your installation process. You install all these things. And installation is not our job. Installation will be done by your administrators. Admin people will do that installation. So here for the learning purpose, we are trying to do that installation. Okay. So Anu, right now you are asking, right, once the installation is done, right? Anu is asking me, right, just now she's asking me like once I'm getting the URL, what will happen? Now if you see, Anu, right, once you are getting the URL from your lead, once I'm getting my URL, what you can is, you can enter your URL and then try to open it. But most of the times,
No,
please,
no,
yeah, yes, please.
no, I'm not asking about this username password. I didn't ask about this one. I'm asking about to connect my QZ through remote. So I am asking that username and password, not this one.
Oh, okay, fine. So, right, see, once you get your URL from your lead or your team, what you can do is you can try to open. Just use that URL, and please try to open your URL in IE. Don't use your Chrome and all, because this Chrome is not that compatible with your quality center. Okay, just open your URL. Once you open your URL, you can see this screen like this. Then what you can is, you can click on your first option called your application lifecycle management. And if you guys are using your lower versions of your quality center, now here you will get an option called quality center. That means once you go to any organization, if those people are using like quality center 10, then here you may be getting the option called quality center. If it is the latest versions 11, 12 and all, then you will be getting application lifecycle management. Okay, and here one more option called your site administrator. See, these two are the main components of your quality center. When I say that when I say your quality center, in the quality center the main components are this one. This is your quality center, and this is your site administration. This site administration will be maintained by your administrator. So for each tool there will be one administrator. What this administrator will do is, they will maintain all the users and they will maintain all the projects. That means, right, if I'm admin for the quality center, then what I will do is, based on the request, I will give the access to only for that particular project. I will not give access to all the projects. So if the project manager is saying that please provide project A access to Anu, then what I will do is, as an admin, I will provide only project A access to Anu. I will not provide any projects. That means once you are trying to log into your quality center, you can see only project A, and all this maintenance, all your admin work will be done in your site admin. These are all your links. When you click on your first link, then it will open your quality center, which we will use for our testing activities. And this is your site administration. Site administration will be used by the administrator, where they will maintain all your projects along with the users. And one more thing you need to understand, this one, tools. Okay, these tools also you need to understand. Going forward, right, I will show you what will be available in the tools. Tools is nothing but, right, whenever if you want to work with any third party, like say for example, I want to work with my Excel. If you want to work with Excel, that means I wanted to export my test cases to the quality center. This kind of situation, what you have to do is you have to make sure that Excel add-in is loaded. Excel add-in is downloaded in your quality center. Where is my Excel add-in? All the add-ins will be available in your tool section. Once you click on your tool section, then you can find all your add-ins. Now, just now we discussed about that. Like quality center can be integrated with my QTP. If you want to integrate, then what you have to do is you have to make sure that QTP add-in is downloaded and installed. How to download and install? Go to your tools. Now, say for example, if you want to export some data from your Word, but Word we will not use actually. Word we will use very rarely. But still, if you want to use it, then what you can is you need to make sure that your Word add-in is downloaded and installed. Whenever if you want to download and install any add-ins, all the add-ins are available under your tool section. Okay. See here, right, I am trying to explain theoretically. However, right, if you're not able to understand and if you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay. Okay. Fine. And when you say that quality center, right, quality center will have these basic modules. These are all your basic modules. That means this, see even your, I'm talking about even your 11 also, your ALM also will be having the same module. You will be having releases. We will discuss each and every module. Releases, requirements, test plan, test lab, and defects. So these are all the modules available in your quality center. And also you will be having couple of additional modules, so business components and dashboard. Business components mostly we will be using for the SAP applications, not for the regular applications. So we are not talking about any business components here. But dashboard, yes, dashboard we will use. Say for if I'm a test lead for this project, and if I want to create any graphs or if I want to create any reports, this is the place. Dashboard. Dashboard, it will show you all the graphs. It will show you all the graphs. Then what you can do is simply take that graph and then send it to your management. Okay, we will talk about that each and every module. Okay, just now I talked about that, right? Quality center add-ins. So whenever if you want to work with your Excel, Word or QTP, if you want to work with anything, what you have to do is first you have to make sure that you downloaded and install that particular add-ins. If you want to download and install that add-ins, go to your tools and then try to download your add-ins. Okay. So till this point, any doubts, let me know. See, quality center, the main thing is quality center is the test management tool, and this is the place you can maintain all your testing activities for any project. And see here, right, I'm trying to explain 2 to 3 times because I'm explaining theoretically, right? So I'm trying to explain 2 to 3 times. Okay. Don't feel that, okay, I'm repeating again and again. Okay. And this quality center is having the modules called requirements, test plan, test lab, defects, and your reports. And what we will do is we will be trying to understand each and every module. Before going to that, let me show you. Once you log into your quality center, it will look like this. Let me show you that. Let me show you. So it will look like this. It will look like this. That means, right, once you are opening your URL and once you have given your username and password, so you will be getting your username and password from your lead. Once you log in with your username and password, you can see your quality center like this. You can see your quality center like this. You can see that left hand side, you can see all your modules like your releases and your requirements and your test plan, test lab, and defects. So you can see your modules like this. You can see modules like this. Okay, fine. First, what I will is I will be talking about your release management module. On this release management module, usually, right, this is the responsibility of your project manager. This is the responsibility of your project manager because, right, as a project manager, what I will do is I will be setting up the releases. That means what I will do is in the tool, based on the discussions with the stakeholders, based on the discussion with the client, what we will do is we will set up the releases. So first release is going on March 30, second release is going on October 30. So what you can do is you can plan your releases in your releases module. That means if you see here, so here you can see that releases. So here what I can do is for my project, I can plan my releases. Release 1, I am going on so and so date, and release 2, I am going on so and so. So what you can do is first plan the releases, and this is the responsibility of your project manager. What project manager will do? He will create the releases for that particular project. See, right now it is empty. You can observe that. Once you open your quality center, it is empty. Its project is empty. Now, what your project manager will do is he will be creating the releases. How we will create the releases? By clicking on this new. By clicking on this new. Now what he will do is he will be creating a couple of releases and he will say that release 1, release 2. Okay. Now like this. Okay, I'm creating one release. Okay, and creating the release means we have to provide what is this release dates and all, when we are starting and when we are ending. See, for every release there should be some dates. So we are starting this release from today and we are closing this release by October 30th. So you have to provide your timelines for that release, and this is the responsibility of project manager. Releases always will be done by the project manager. What he will do, he will give like a start date and end date. Okay, once it is done, so it will show like this. See, it will show like this. Under releases, he plan like this. So in 2014, like we are having a Q1, Q1 release, Q2 release, Q3 release, like this. So and he is clearly mentioning the release dates. So what you will do is, right, this is my plan and I am planning for so many releases for this particular project. That is the responsibility of your project manager. Once, right, this releases is done, for each release we need to provide the cycles. Cycles is nothing but your test cycles, your iterations. Test cycles or iterations, so you have to provide your cycles. These cycles will be given by your test manager or test lead. That means, right, now project manager what he did, he said that this is the releases and we are planning for 2 releases for the upcoming year, and then these are all the dates. So that is the job of project manager. Now your test lead will comes into picture, or test manager. Now what test manager or test lead has to do is he has to provide the test cycles. That means for this release, so we just imagine that like we are releasing Gmail application, release 1, and then we are targeting for so and so dates. Now for this release, how many cycles we are planning, how many iterations we are planning. Say for example, if you are using your Agile, then you can say that how many sprints we are planning. So you have to mention as part of your test cycles, and these test cycles will be done by your test lead or test manager. Okay. Now, and also test lead or test manager, right, he cannot give his own dates. he has to get in touch with all the team members, and he has to get the inputs from the other team members, and he will provide your test cycles, which is nothing but like your test plan, right? So what you will do in the test plan, you will be giving the timeline. Similarly, instead of having your documentation, everything we are tracking in the tool itself. Now we are clearly mentioning the cycles for my release. For my release 1, I am planning for 3 cycles, and my release 1 starts from so and so date, ends so and so date, and the cycle 2, cycle 3, like this. Clear? So if you are missing any clarity, or if you are missing any points also, let me know. So this release management module, right here, we are just planning our entire application process. So then what we will do is, once this releases and cycles are assigned, then you can see like this. So you can see like this. See how nicely it is coming. That means, right, we are having so and so release, and for this release we are planning so and so cycles. Then, and what you can is, for that particular releases you can assign that requirement. That's, we will talk about that. So once you are creating your cycles, it will look like this. So this is my release, and for this release, this is my release 1, and for this release 1, I am planning for 2 cycles. I am planning for my 2 cycles. Okay, fine. Come back. So here what you can do is, right, once you are creating your cycles, then what you can do is, you can assign what kind of test case, what kind of requirements you are planning for that particular cycle 1. That means, right, so when you're working with your application, first what we are doing, we are planning for release 1, and in the release 1, we are planning to implement a search requirement and login requirement. And what developer will do, developer is not able to provide all the requirements at a time. Then what we will do, we will say that cycle 1, for this cycle 1, my requirement is search requirement, and cycle 2, they are planning for login requirement. So what you can do is, you can assign your requirements. So I will talk about this, how to assign the test and all. Going forward, I will talk about that. So this is your releases. Any doubts, please let me know. So this is how your releases, you can plan for your releases, and you can plan for your cycles for each release. I will make you, I will zoom it. Okay, is it clear? Now what you can do, right, once this release is created, now for each release, what you can do is, you can plan your number of cycles based on your other team inputs. Now for this particular release, I am having 4 cycles and 4 cycles. In the first cycle, what I am doing is, I am doing my function testing, and in the second cycle, I am doing my function testing plus regression testing, and third cycle, I am doing some smoke testing or sanity testing, and fourth cycle, I am doing the end-to-end testing. This is the plan. So this plan also based on your organization and based on your application. So this is totally depends on your application and your organization. So this is your defining releases and cycles. Okay. Still it is not clear. Okay, fine, like this. So this is your screen. Now what you can do is, you can plan your releases, and you can plan your cycles. And cycles also, you can define the timeline. Cycles means, right, it's not simply creating the cycle. Once the cycle is created, we will clearly mention when the test cycle will start and when this cycle ends. We will talk about that, clearly mention. If you see here, you are giving your start time and end time. This is my start time and this is my end time. And also what you can do is, you can assign like what and all requirements you are covering for this particular cycle. You can assign it. I'll come back to that. So I wanted to go in a flow. So first what I did, I go to my application. After going to my application, what I did is I created my releases, and then I created my cycles. Once I created my cycles and once I created my releases, then what I have to do is I have to understand my requirements. I have to understand my requirements because, right, here we created the releases and my releases is planned for so and so, and for each release I'm having so and so cycles. Once it is done, now I'm going with my requirements. So these requirements, like, right, your business analyst given all your requirements and he's saying that we are planning like 20 requirements for this particular application, and they will provide all these requirements. Now what you can do is go to the requirements tab, because if you remember, like once you go to your quality center, you will be having all the tab in your left hand side. Click on the requirements, right? When you click on the requirements, when you click on your requirements, then what will happen is it will open a window. Let me show you that window. When you click on your requirements, it will show you a window like this. It will show you a window like this. Now what you can do is you can start uploading your requirements here, or what you can do is you can start creating your requirement. So you are not creating any own requirements here. What you are doing, whatever the document is given by your business analyst, you are trying to upload all the requirements. And this is also responsibility of business analyst. This is not the tester responsibility. Here in your test management tool, testing team responsibility is test cases. That is nothing but your test plan. Here, right, in the quality center, I will call it as test plan. Test plan is nothing but the planning how you are going to test it. Test plan, test lab, we will call it as test lab in the quality center, which is nothing but test execution. And defects and your reports. These four modules are responsible of QA. You are responsible, these four modules. And requirements, releases and cycle, that is not my job. That is the responsibility of other team members. Now what you can do is, but you need to understand how to create the requirements and all. The reason is, going forward, right, what we will do is we will track your requirements with your test cases and test cases with your defects. So there is a linking between all the activities. For that purpose, you need to understand how your tool will work. And here, right, when you say that creating your requirements, click on your requirements in your left hand side. Once you click on your requirements, then you will get this screen. You will get this screen. Now what you can do is, now I wanted to see, initially it will be empty only. Now what I want to do is, I wanted to create my requirements. I wanted to create my requirements. How to create your requirements? Just click on your new. When you click on your new requirement, see, I am showing the icon also. When you click on your new requirement, it will show you a window like this. Okay. So when you click on your requirement, okay, what is your requirement? So my requirement is login. Just give your login, right? Give your requirement, and then what kind of requirement you are creating here? Is it a function requirement? Is it a non-function requirement? I guess you know that the difference between your function requirement and non-function requirement. Function requirement is nothing but the business flow of your application. Business flow of your application. Whereas non-functional is nothing but, it's not the business flow, it's not your functionality, like your UI, user interface, or it's your performance of your application. All this comes under your non-functional testing, non-functional requirements. So my requirement, and then I will give my requirement type here. and then I will fill all the information, like what is this requirement all about, what is this requirement all about, like who is author for it, and then when you are creating, what is the importance of this requirement, and also you have to provide this requirement is targeting for which release and which cycle. See, just now what you did, sometime back you created your releases and your cycles. Now I'm creating the requirements. While creating each requirement, I have to give this requirement is belongs to which release and which cycle. When you are giving this information, automatically these requirements will go under that particular cycle. So here what I am doing, I am saying that cycle 1 and this is my release. So that what will happen is once you are creating this requirement, and if you go back to your releases and your test cycle, this requirement will be associated. This will be associated. So what I will do is, if I am having like 10 requirements, all my 10 requirements, what I will do is, I will be associating to that particular release and your cycles, like this. Okay, fine. So this is how you can create your requirement. Okay, clear? See, if I'm missing anything, please let me know. Okay, now what we understand, we created the releases, we created your cycles, and we created the requirements, and then when you are creating the requirements, you are giving your releases and cycles, so automatically your requirements will be associated with that particular cycles and releases. Done. And then your actual work will start from your test plan. That means actual work in the sense, as a tester, I am responsible for these modules: test plan, test lab, or you can say the test execute, and your defects. These are the 3 modules you will be responsible as a tester. And if you are a test lead, then you will also use your dashboard. That is nothing but your reports. Fine. Test plan. See, test plan is nothing but this is the place where you will write the test cases. Don't think that test plan is nothing but where I will do my test planning. Not like that. Test plan is nothing but this is the planning for your test activities. So if I want to test my application, I have to plan for it. So that plan is nothing but your test cases. Now what I will do is, I will be writing all the test cases in this particular area. Test plan is nothing but this is the place where you will write your test cases, where you will maintain all your test cases here. All your test cases here. Okay. Fine. Now, just now, as I said, right, test plan is nothing but this is the place where you can maintain your test cases. This is the place where you can maintain your test cases. Okay, this is the place where you can maintain your test cases. That means right now what I will do, I will go to my test plan, and what I will do is I will be creating all my test cases. Test case 1, login. Test case 2, your search. Test case 3, create order. Test case 4, and so on. So what you can do is, here in this your test plan module, you will be creating your test cases. But as I said, most of the times what we will do is, we will write the test cases in Excel and we will export. We will export your test cases. Once you export your test cases, it will sit like this. If you are creating the test cases or if you are exporting to your quality center, both are same. There is no much difference. Right? If you are exporting or if you are writing the test cases, once you are done, the look and feel of your test plan look like this. Okay, fine. So here, right, test plan is nothing but this is the place where you will be writing your test cases, and also you can say that it's a repository of all your test cases. Now, whatever that requirements you have for all the requirements, you need to write the test cases here. You will write test cases for each and every requirement. As usual, take your requirements, start writing your test cases here. This is the place where you will write your test cases. Fine. Okay. Okay. Now what you can do is, right, you can start creating, your test cases here. Now here, if you see your test plan module, once you click on your test plan module, it will look like this. I mean, I'm talking about first time, right? When you click on that test cases, test plan, it will look like this. Now what you can is, you can see a folder called subject. This is mandatory. If you go to any quality center, everywhere you can see a folder called subject. So this subject is nothing but it's a root folder. We will call this as a root folder. And if you want to create any test cases, you have to create your test cases under this folder only. You cannot create you cannot delete this subject folder and all. If you want to create your test cases, yes, you can create n number of test cases. That is absolutely fine. But you can create all your test cases under your subject folder only. That's a mandatory. Now what you can do is, now here what I will do is, now just imagine that I'm testing my application with the functional testing. I'm testing my application with non-function testing. I'm doing my testing with UI testing, like this. So then what you can do is, right, you can create your test case. It's a kind of your master plan, right? It's a master test plan. That means what I will do here is, under this subject, I will create a folder called regression test cases. And under that regression test cases, what you can do is, you can create n number of test cases. I will also show you how to create the folders, how to create your test cases. I will be talking about that. Now what you can is, you can create your test cases under this particular subject folder, saying that I will create one folder saying that regression test cases, and then I will create one more folder called functional test cases. I will create one more folder saying that smoke test cases. Now what you can is, you can create your required test cases in each and every folder. That means under regression test cases, you can create your test cases. Under function test cases, you can create your test cases. Under your smoke test cases, you can create your required test cases. Now, once I have created my test cases, then I will move to the next stage called your test execution. But here, to create your test case also, what you can is, right click. See, you can also right click actually. Not only clicking on that new test, what you can is, you can also right click also works. Right click also work. Right click and new test. When you say that new test, it will open this window. Now what you can do is, you can give the name, like say for example, regression test cases. Give some name as regression test case. Click on OK. Then what it will do is, it will ask, can you please provide me the details of your folder? Then what I will do, I will say that I will start giving all the details here. Now what I will do is, I will say that this is my regression test cases, and it will create a folder. Once the folder is created, now right click on that folder, say that new test. When you say that new test, it will open like this. Okay, looks you are trying to create a test case for your regression test cases. Can you please give me the details? Test case name, say that it's a login test case. Verify the login with the valid user. Then type of the test. See, when you say the test management tools will support both manual as well as automation testing. Now you have to clearly mention what kind of test case you are doing here. Is it manual or automation? Right now I am doing my manual test case. Select your manual test case, and then when you are creating your test case, and who is creating the test cases? Who is creating the test case? And then what you can do is, if you want, you can write some comment saying that this test case is used to verify the login. Okay, click on OK button. Click on OK button. That means you have created one test case called your login with valid user. Just you give the summary only. You haven't created any steps. You haven't said any test data, nothing you said. Just you created one name of the test case called login with your valid user. Once you click on OK, then it will be added. It will be added to your test plan. That means, right, what you created one folder called regression test cases. Under that regression test cases, you created the test cases called your login with the valid user. Now, once you double click on that login with your valid user, it will open like this. Now, click on design steps. Click on your design steps and then start writing your test cases. Design steps. Click on your design steps, then it will come like this. Step 1. Write your step 1. Open browser and what is your expected result. So how you have created your test cases in the Excel as it is you will do in the quality center. There is no difference, absolutely no difference. Now what I will do is, see, I will go to the design steps. Once I will go to my design steps, then what I can do is my step 1. Step 1 is launch your browser and you will be giving your expected results. Then step 2, let me show you how it looks like. See, if you are facing any difficulties in understanding, please stop me. Okay. Like this. Once you click on your design steps, it will look like this. Now what you can do is, you can write your step name. And you can write your description and expected results. And once it is done, automatically you will get one more row. No need to add that row and all. Once it is done, automatically it will add one more row. Then what you can do is, you can start writing your step 2 and then you can write your description and expected results. Once it is done, automatically you will get a third row. That means, if you remember, while writing the test cases in your Excel document, if you're testing with your login with your valid user, what is my steps for that particular test case? I will say that enter open application, enter username, enter password. That means first step is open the application, second step is enter username, third step is enter password, and fourth step is click on OK button. And for each and every step, you have to write your expected results. This is how you can create your test case in your quality center. Okay, fine. Then see, once you have created, it look like this. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, done. So once I have created my test cases, that means, right, now I have created my test cases under my test plan folder. Once I have created my test cases, now I wanted to map each test case with the particular requirement. That means here, right, I am writing my login test case. Now I wanted to map this test case with my login requirement. So what you can do is, once you are done with your test case writing, immediately you can map that test case with your requirement. How to do that? That means, now, right, I'm done. I have written my test cases. Once I'm done with the test cases, now what I want to do is, I want to map it. So here I prepared my test cases like this. So this is my folder. Under this folder, I have created my test cases like this. Once I have created my test cases, now I wanted to map each test cases with the particular requirement. Then what you can do is select the test case. When you select the test case, the corresponding details of the test case will display here. See, when you are selecting any test case, the corresponding details of that particular test case will display in the right hand side. Then once you are selecting your test case here, right, it will show all the details. Select your requirement coverage. Select your requirement coverage. Now, once you are selecting your requirement coverage, the window look like this. Once you are selecting, the window will come automatically like this. Now what will happen is, whatever the requirements you have created just now, see, just now you have created your releases and you have created your cycles, and for each release and cycle you have assigned the different requirements. Once you are done, then you are trying to create your test cases. While creating the test cases, once the test case is created, I wanted to map this test case with the required requirement. Then what you can do is select the test case, and in the right hand side click on your requirement coverage. Once you click on your requirement coverage, the window will be look like this. Now right now I'm writing my login test case. So here in this requirements, do I have any login requirement? Yes, I'm having my login requirement. Select the login requirement, click on this arrow icon. That's it. Just click on this arrow icon. When you click on your arrow icon, it will come like this. That means now your test case is mapped with the particular requirement. That means you tracked your test cases with your requirement, and this is called requirement traceability matrix, because requirement traceability matrix is nothing but tracking the test cases with the requirements is nothing but your requirement traceability matrix. So I created my test cases, and then I mapped my test cases with the requirement. Clear? Now I'm stopping here, right? Because I wanted to give you some time, right? Because I will upload that video, you have to go through with that, and it's theoretical, right? So I wanted to give you some time. Okay.